Good evening. The Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, is in Buenos Aires. So that's in Argentina. The G20 Summit is happening now, and the Prime Minister of India is taking part in that one. Of course, India is a member, one of the important members in G20 group. So there are various other countries, like America is there, China is there, various other countries are there in G20. And the most important point with respect to G20 is that this is a combination of developed and developing nations. So this is one very, very important aspect. And the group, G20 group, the so-called, has been started in the year 1999. Initially, that was considered to be a conference with respect to the heads of the reserve banks, meaning central banks. So today, of course, in India, we call it a Reserve Bank of India, and in various other countries, they may have different names. So the heads of those central banks, so they used to meet, and it continued up to the year 2008. In the year 2008, it has been decided that let we enhance and enlarge the scope of G20, and that's the beginning of this G20. And from that particular time onwards, annual summits are happening. Of course, 1 year, two summits also took place. And kindly remember, whenever I say summit, whenever I say summit, these summits are attended by the real heads. And with respect to G20, which is happening currently in Argentina, there is some disturbances that are going on, and India is expected to settle those disturbances that are happening within G20. Basically, what happens once a summit is over, all the countries combinedly will give a statement that is called combined statement, meaning those are the decisions that have been taken by that particular group in that particular summit. But recently we saw in APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, so there was no joint statement, and unfortunately there were differences between United States of America and China. And the same is expected to happen even in G20 now. And this is the place where India may play, and India is going to play a very, very, very crucial role. In fact, in order to strengthen the world economy, in order to strengthen especially the areas that are related to financial aspects, the survival, existence, and strength of G20 is a must. And hopefully, India will be playing a very, very crucial role. And what are the developments that take place in G20, those things I'm going to update you. So this particular statement, the document I'm going to show you after some time. But before that, let me speak to you with respect to some of the aspects related to elections that are happening in India. In 5 states, elections are happening, assembly elections are happening. And in coming April and May, Lok Sabha elections are going to take place. Plus, in some other states also, assembly elections are going to take place. So the point is that who conduct these elections? The Constitution has created a body called Election Commission of India, and that ECI has a responsibility of conducting elections. It is not just Lok Sabha elections, not just assembly elections, but Election Commission of India will conduct 6 different types of elections. One is the election for the office of the president, election for the office of the vice president, Lok Sabha elections, Rajya Sabha elections, legislative assembly elections, and legislative council elections. So these are all the elections that are conducted by the Election Commission. For example, if you look at, in some states, the elections have already been taking place. And in some states, it is going to take place very soon. And if you belong to those states, you might be observing very clearly on the election day, on the election day, holiday has to be given. Clear, that may be a working day. Obviously, that's a working day, in fact. But the employees, maybe public employees or the private employees, they must be given a holiday in order to facilitate them to exercise their right to franchise. That is the reason why. So this is the non-negotiable one. You have to give. That's it. So and management of a company cannot negotiate with the this the employees to come between so and so time, or go and exercise your oath early and come back. So those things are not permitted, and you have to give a holiday, and this is considered to be non-negotiable. And this direction is given by the election commission of India, and the concerned authorities in the respective areas, like returning officers. They must ensure that the polling take place very, very smoothly. Fine. And another very, very, very important thing: who is the chief election commissioner of India? Before that one, let me tell you, we know that in election commission you have somebody called chief election commissioner and other two election commissioners. Clear? So meaning one chairman and two other members, all are appointed by the president of India. These fundamental things you already know. But with respect to name of the chief election commissioner, that is important for any examination. Many times it was asked. Clear? And today is November 30th, 2018. And today, so this is OP Rawat. Yes, you must be knowing this. And one of the election commissioners, out of these two, I'm talking about one person. The gentleman's name is Sunil Arora. Sunil Arora. And from December 2nd onwards, clear, just 2 days away from now, right? And from December 2nd onwards, Sunil Arora is going to be the new Chief Election Commissioner of India. Please remember this particular name. Very, very important for the examination point of view. Is that okay? And especially when it comes to any constitutional authorities, whenever the heads change, or normally also, it's very important for the examination point of view. Clear? Uh, when the head changes, it's important. When head doesn't change, also it is important. Why? Because in India we are conducting elections very regularly. In one state or the other, the elections will take place. In one state or the other, by elections will take place. In one state or the other, legislative council elections will take place, or Rajya Sabha elections will take place. Clear? That's the reason why election commission of India is always there in the news. And the most important role, crucial role, is played by those three members: chief election commissioner and other two election commissioners. Clear? That's the reason why that is important for every and any examination. Clear? Now I would like to show you the document. Kindly have a look at this. My dear friends, you may be staying in any state, that doesn't matter, right? So but following what's happening with respect to elections in other states is also important, so that whenever elections take place in your state, it becomes easy for you to observe. Clear? Now I'm opening the document. Kindly have a look at this. Look at this. G20, G stands for group. It was formed in the year 1999, and the objective is to discuss the policies related to the promotion of international financial stability. And G20, as I explained to you earlier, it's a combination of developed and developing economies. Kindly see, my dear friends, what is important for the examination is that, right? So what is important for the examination is that there are so many international organizations, maybe UNO, maybe WTO, maybe BRICS, so maybe G20, right? G7, G15, like this you have SARC, so many international organizations are there. APEC, right? OPEC, so many are there. But the point for the examination is that you have to remember this. Whether India is a member in a particular group or not. Right? Example, let me tell you, if you look at OPEC, example I'm telling you. India is not a member. Still, you need to know that India is not a member. Clear why it is not a member? That's we discuss separately. Is it okay? So that is completely that is related to oil. Fine. So meaning this petroleum producing, oil producing economies, they have come together and they have formed a group. But the point here is that whether India is a member in a particular group or not, that is important for the examination. That's the reason why whenever you come across, whenever you come across with any international organization, first try to find out whether India is a member or not. Clear? And now we are discussing G20. In G20, India is a member. Clear? And many times we also discussed about G7. Okay, which was G8, now it became G7. Is India a member? No, India is not a member. So these points you need to remember. Clear? And once we go into the details of that topic, so we'll be explaining more and more points on that. Clear? Now, look at this. Look at this. So this 2018 summit is being held in Buenos Aires, this in Argentina. India's G20 strategy is the focus of the latest summit, is future of work in the context of robotics, automation, and artificial intelligence, infrastructure for development, and a sustainable food future. And other issues are also discussed like trade, climate change, international financial architecture. They all will come up for the discussion. And next year, right, and next year in the year 2019, this is going to be held in Osaka. Okay, so Osaka is in Japan. Kindly look at this. In Japan, you may be aware of this. You may please look at the map. I'll show you now. And there are so many islands, but there is one. There are four main islands. How many? Four main islands. And out of that one, Honshu Island is one, and Osaka is located in that particular island. Okay, very important for the examination point of view. Look at this. Look at this map. Right. Hopefully you can see. Right. And especially for examinations like civil services, they may ask you to write the name of four main islands. Okay, or in the objective type, you may be asked to identify the correct sequence from north to south or south to north. Clear? So once you find it from north to south, that becomes easy for you. Right? Look at the names, please. Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. So these are the four main islands, and I want you to remember the names. Clear? Next, look at this. So Election Commission of India said very clearly that polling day is a paid holiday. You cannot say that it's a holiday and we don't pay you. No, you have to pay. It's a paid holiday and this is non-negotiable. And currently, as of today, this is Mr. O.P. Rawat. Is the Chief Election Commissioner of India from December 2nd. This is going to be Sunil Arora. Okay. So kindly remember this. Fine. That's all for the day. And I'll stop at this stage and I'll see you in the next class. And till then, I wish you all a very, very, very good luck and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for being with me. Take very good care. Good night.